The small choices that actually matter. Hello, my name is Oliver and welcome to episode 53 of the Daily Upload series, where I'm uploading every single day for the first 100 days of 2026. Today it's about the small choices that actually matter. Did you know that the big ones don't? That doesn't make any sense at all, does it? Absolutely not. No. Well, it does. And to start you off with, I'm going to say, like the video. But more importantly, we're going to be talking about a car. Say it's a £20,000 car. I don't know, whatever car you're interested in. I want that car. That is a big decision. But it's not about the big decisions, it's about all the little, small, little, choppy, little decisions along the way. The small choices actually matter. How are you going to fund that car? How are you going to do this? How are you going to do that? Okay, you want to fund it. You don't want to do a PCP or a HP. Okay, cool. So how are you going to get there? Okay, I need to make money. So how am I going to make money? It's all the small choices that actually matter. It's not about the big picture. It's about all the little choices. Life is shaped by small choices repeated daily. Did you know that? Yeah, a lot of people like to stick to routines and stuff, but every single decision matters. Do you know something called the butterfly effect? Everyone should know the butterfly effect at this point. It's where every single decision has a cause of reaction, and that is true. It could be as simple as eating porridge in the morning. Okay, you decided to eat porridge tomorrow morning. Okay, cool. Now you're out of porridge. Okay, so you're going to go to the shops and you're going to go and buy some more porridge. So you go to the shops and buy porridge. Next thing you know, you've met a cute man or woman and you're going on a date and now you've got 4 kids. It really is sometimes as simple as that. It's the small decisions. You have no idea how the butterfly effect affects everything. I can pinpoint tiny little decisions which led to me being a father. It's absolutely crazy. Most people overestimate big moments and ignore the small habits. Yeah. It is literally as it sounds. You overestimate the bigger stuff. Why? Because it's bigger, so it takes up more, I want to say brain waves, brain length, but I guess memory capacity? I don't know how you'd explain. You know what I mean? Like, it takes up more. Like, if you lost £100 in the street compared to 10p, you know, you'd be more annoyed about the £100 over the 10p. So the big ones matter more, but really that 10p, it matters just as much. Why? Because it's still money. That 10p you could have invested, it could have got compound interest. Next thing you know, in 40 years time, it could be worth XYZ. So people have to not ignore the small choices, the small decisions. It's the little things that matter that can compound over time. It's crazy. It's the little things that compound to the bigger picture. Again, that kind of goes back to like buying the car and the money stuff. Small choices decide energy, mood, and direction. It takes one small choice to change your whole life, to change the trajectory of your money, to change your energy and your mood completely. You could decide, I'm going to go and buy a nice Xbox and a nice new TV. That is a small decision and you've just gone and bought one. Okay, cool. So that has affected your money. Cool, right? You could have used that money, invested it, or used it to start a business, and you know, that could have been a whole different thing. Now your mood is happy. It has affected your mood. Cool. But your energy levels will dwindle over time because you're sitting there playing Xbox and you're on Minecraft for 12 hours a day. I should know from experience. Again, it's the small things that matter. What you eat, watch, buy, and tolerate matters more than plans. It's health. It's the body. It's biology. Things like that matter. You should do a lot of analysis into your own DNA paths, because I love doing that sort of stuff. And you can see what kind of diets actually work for you. And those sorts of things can affect your energy, can affect your mood, can affect how you are as a person. There's so many different things. So I've been able to analyse what diet's perfect for me, and I know that it's from one tiny little strand of DNA which is passed down. I wondered why I've got it, and it's in me. Does that make sense? It does make sense. You just need to figure it out. No, it does make sense. I'm just messing about there. Consistency beats intensity over time. If you do the same thing every day and it fails, obviously that is called insanity. But if you do the same thing every day and it works, it's consistency. So you're doing consistency all the time, and it does beat the intensity of other things. It does make sense, because even, again, you could just go to breakfast, you just have the same breakfast every day. It's a small decision you've chosen to have toast every single morning, but it takes out the bigger decisions of deciding one day you want to fry up and then you don't have the ingredients, and then you know, the next thing you know, it's 3 hours later and you've only just got the ingredients home because you had to go to 3 different shops because you couldn't find the type of breads or whole meal bread. You know, it's everything is a causality. Everything makes sense. It makes sense in my brain. I'm hoping it makes sense to you. But small choices compound quietly over months and years. Again, it's like the 10p effect. The 10p effect, you know, you lose £100 but you lose 10p. You're going to be more annoyed over the £100, but the 10p could have compounded. Again, you can tie it in with the butterfly effect, where every single action has a reaction. All the little things compound, you know. As I said, I can tell you little aspects, one tiny little decision. If I didn't go to one interview in 2015, or no, if I decided to not quit college in 2015, or if I decided actually, no, I can go further back. If I didn't become friends with someone, or, you know, watch his YouTube channel, that wouldn't have led to what I wanted to do, which changed the course, which made me quit, which did loads of things, which ended up with me with my son. It's crazy when you realise how many of the small actions can compound into the life that you've got and to who you are. So think about them wisely, because you don't want them to compound negatively. You don't want them to change everything and throw your life off course. Trust me, I've done it enough times. You want a nice wibbly wobbly timey-wimey path to success. You don't, it takes one bad decision, it takes one tiny little bad decision to completely collapse. It's like if you build a house of cards and you flick one out the middle. Those are your tiny decisions, that's the bigger picture. You flick that one card out, it's fallen. It's like that. So always choose your decisions wisely. Discipline often looks boring and unremarkable. It does. Discipline is annoying because some people are free birds and like to be free and don't like discipline, but even making this series is discipline for me. And I'm telling you, me doing this series, I've spoke about it in previous videos, it's intensifying for me, but it's proving something to myself, and everything is compounding over time to change my mindset. So again, you can use that as discipline to make these videos, but everything has a reaction and it's going to change the path henceforth. Most people fail from neglect and not disaster. That's true. If you decide to neglect one aspect of your life, like, I don't know, not brushing your teeth every single day, and you just didn't brush them for 6 months or whatever, you know, that's one small thing. It's one thing to brush your teeth for a couple minutes a day, right? But if you don't do it, next thing you know, you're having teeth ripped out, fillings XYZ. Think of it like that. You want to keep your teeth, you've got one set of teeth, you've got one life, okay? Have a good life, have a good set of teeth. Good heart, have a good heart. Choosing slightly better options repeatedly changes the outcome. Now, this could be down to choosing slightly better food. Again, that could go both ways because you're spending more money and that money could have been used elsewhere, but also better food is better health, which could actually end up making you live longer. But most importantly, it takes one small decision to change your life. So for instance, if you're going to conferences or meetings or group stuff and you're meeting people and you're making a network, that's one small decision, but it can change over time and you can have a massive network of people to do whatever you'd like to do. That's how I see things. You just got to process it correctly. But choosing those slightly better options, like even down to friends, right? You know, there's lots of different types of people in the world, and some people will affect you negatively and some people will affect you great. I guess if you know someone who's bad and they're going to be good, compound that over time. Sounds a bit strange. We all know what I'm talking about. The small choice to show up is usually the hardest. This series is a great example of that. The small choice to show up is the hardest. And turning the camera on, I love being in front of the camera. Hello, ha 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 ha, yay. But it is the most hardest choice, and I'll tell you something really small and it will really affect you. Like, it will change, it will make your life amazingly better, but it's one small thing. It'll take a few seconds. It's as simple as clicking the subscribe button and hitting the bell notification. You'll be amazed how much that small decision will change your life. People wait for motivation instead of managing behavior. Now, I did do a video on motivation. I talked about coming back with a fresh pair of eyes, but people who wait for it, the world is moving past you every single day and you're just gonna miss it. You know, sometimes you've got to stop and look around once in a while, and I do understand that. But waiting for motivation, going, oh, you know, I'm just gonna wait. So my brother is a great example of the word can't. Can't. I can't do this. I can't do that. It's not can't, it's how do I. It's not when do I. My brother asked me literally today, he said, when should I start going to the gym? And I said, today. And he said, no. And I said, why? And he said, oh, because I have to do this and blah, blah, blah. It's like, no, Start today. It is as simple, it's just such one small thing, but if you have that gym membership, my brother, I know he wouldn't waste it, so he'd use the gym and it'd help him. So it's all about that one small decision, and it does affect the bigger picture. I know, this is crazy. The small choices actually matter. And as I said, this series is built on small daily choices. It's built on the decision to record the videos. It's built on the decision to upload the videos, to make the thumbnails, etc, etc. It's the small choices, and as I've said before, it's going to affect my mentality and change how things are for the future, and I'm very excited to see how all these small decisions will affect my future moving forwards, and I'm excited. It's going to be great. I'm really happy about that. One thing you've got to remember is that progress is invisible until it's obvious. So these small decisions, no one notices the small choices you make in life. They really don't, okay? No one cares until it compounds to something bigger. Then people start to notice. It's crazy, I know. As I said, you can use investing as an example, or even just trying to start business and you're selling some things. You sell one pen. Oh, you're well done. I don't really care. Oh, you're selling a few pens. Okay, cool. And then you go, yeah, I've sold 20,000 pens. And then your mum's going down to the cafe and they're signing her receipt with one of your pens. It's not obvious until it gets noticed. It's crazy. And sometimes that's the best. Doing it silently is always better. The small choice to stop quitting matters the most. I quit. I failed many times. And I'm not going to anymore. And I know if you're watching this video, you feel the same. And it does genuinely make a difference. We don't want to be quitters. We want to be succeeders. Yes, that is exactly what we want to be. So don't quit. Unless obviously it is something that is affecting you and you do physically need to quit it, then that's a different thing. But I'm talking about your mindset and compounding the small decisions and being a better person for it. Just rather than getting that gym membership and then going once and then deciding to quit. If you go, do you know what, I can do it. I've got 1 hour a day, I'll just go to the gym for 1 hour a day. Or even 20 minutes a day, 10 minutes a day. Going to the gym 10 minutes a day, right? You're getting out the house, you're going there, it could be upstairs, you might have to walk up some stairs to the gym, you go to the gym, you've gone in. Once you're there, it'll be longer than 10 minutes. But that 10 minutes is a small choice that you've decided to make. It's one small choice. These choices matter, and they will compound over time, I promise you that. So thank you so much for watching this video. I really do hope you have enjoyed it. Most lives are decided quietly, not dramatically, so I'll let that one sit with you. Adios, my mis amigos. I shall see you guys all in the next video, which will be up tomorrow at 5 PM. I hope you have enjoyed this one, and don't quit. Keep moving forwards. Keep progressing. The small things matter. Just remember the 10p. Remember the house of cards. Flick one card out, one bad decision, and it all falls. Don't be that person. Goodbye.